Hi everyone, welcome back to the Protocol stream. Today we are playing Slay the Princess. I have heard a bit about this game. I don't know much about it. That's generally for the best with this type of game. I know that much. It's a horror game. It's one click. Apparently it's really good. I've actually heard about it about a year ago. Never really got around to it. Just popped up again recently like, hey, you should really play it. I'm like, you know what? I think I will. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna slay the princess. Slay the princess. That's about it. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. So that's the princess. We just gotta kill her and then we win, I think. Should be easy. I'm really good at killing princesses. Used to call me the princess killer.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Right? That makes sense. We gotta kill her. It'll be the end of the world. Do I get some kind of reward for doing this? Turn around and leave? Wonder what happens. Why does my finger look like a little gnarled finger? Like a monkey paw?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more. Don't linger on specifics. You have a job to do. Just get it.
I think I'm gonna have to start doing voice for my character. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Yeah, that shows what you know, jackass.
I mean, maybe some people do. Nice, or very, very evil maybe. Surely you're not one of those. Right?
Ha 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 ha. Whoa. But
I guess we'll just have to see what
perfected voice, goddammit.
a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her at an inch, so sure, go, talk to her. As you make your way up the short path to the cabin, you'll find the princess within.
Now, just a minute. Alright, what we're gonna do? Crap, wrong window. Alright, make your way to up the short path of the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Who the hell are you?
Doesn't know what he's talking about.
Does not really have a choice, do I? Is it like a mystery choice? No. To the cabin we go!
The interior of the cat blade is your implement. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save you.
Wait, what if the world shouldn't be safe? What if it's like not a good world? What if it's not like our world? It's a shitty world.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
Ooh, it's an oppressive place.
The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the mimic.
Oh, It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of her. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor.
Thank you. Maybe now we can
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Will be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous? Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me, that doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less. She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a...
Too long. Don't jump to any weird conclusions.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. Well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting. Right? She is.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know what. unfortunately clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing. We can still turn this around. You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. Excuse, do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend, the two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep.
Oh.
The two of you fall.
This?
The princess gasps. Her voice...
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. Do you really...
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything... You're on a path in the woods. You're here to... It hasn't. Or if it has, if he doesn't remember what happened, you know I can hear you, right? That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters, that's the spirit. Those are two very different questions, but fine. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen. We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her, and yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? Or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to... Ugh, enough with the talking. I couldn't agree more. Just be quicker. She just can. Believe... People locked her in that base. Oh, this is... There's nothing wrong with getting the... Sure there is. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk. Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're... Oh, yeah, of course. I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate, and otherwise, what else would we even need to know? Exactly. Great. A warning. Before she will lie, she will cheat. Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. Are you sure? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. Crystal. The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. See? Even the blade is... You walk up to the wall next... What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror, and now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it. And maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this... So focus. You take the blade. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase. Her fierce voice.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your... As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stay. And you brought your little... I'm going to have fun.
Okay. For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember what happened last time. Are you Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die. Finally ready to complete your destined task, Here we go.
Oh, we'll make it count.
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged. She's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back. You can hear her chains snap as she almost looks disappointed.
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. So don't be afraid.
Don't let her get in your head. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Get a chance to run for the stairs before the princess, loose from her chains. You shouldn't have let her break out of her... It doesn't matter, because...
No. Come on.
Dead is dead, but... You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path...
All right. Change of plan.
If we had a chance against her,
We've seen her bleed. Whatever she is, she started out mortal, which means she probably is still mortal, which means we can win. We just didn't take things seriously enough last time.
If that's what you want, then fine. Enjoy. You're stuck here with us too. For all you know, we'll never get to leave this place until we...
This is just great.
Yeah, actually, this is... That's a good point.
Yes, precisely.
Oh, you're actually letting me talk now. Great. If you've already been here, it means you've seen things you aren't supposed to have seen, and you know things that you aren't supposed to know. This doesn't look like a path in the woods if reality seems distorted. It's because reality is So you knew this could happen. You knew we'd be able... Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things serious. Then what happens? Yeah, but how am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It doesn't matter. Now, that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't... Are you serious? Fine, you walk away from the camp and see how that goes for you.
Something isn't right. Can you still hear me? Everything is getting fuzzy. What's going on? Where are we?
We're dead.
I told you we shouldn't have come here. I told you. But did you listen?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here. You make your way up. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore it. The interior blade. The door to her voice.
Who's there?
Don't let. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the. Focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward.
Oh? No talking then? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason. Right. So, you should just...
She's unarmed. You lunge forward without a moment. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade or...
Oh, this is it. I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe...
It's like she's convinced. Yes. Even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over? It's over. Don't get all worked. We should make sure. What's the... I really don't... And why shouldn't we? I've told you everything that's happened with complete act. You lean down and wrap your hand around, but as you begin to slide it out of its... What was that?
I guess I won't be dying
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort. The little light...
An eye for an eye. See you around.
You were so close. For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark. You're on your... She will lie. She will... He could win. Just... The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken board. The blade is... You walk up... What are you talking about? You reach forward and... But there... Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. You take the blade. It feels a bit... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it. Scraping? That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across her great...
I hope you've come to rescue...
There is something... Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not...
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't harm... If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right? Last time? If somebody came into my house and stabbed me to death and then I killed him, surely I would remember that. But I don't remember it.
Last time? Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife? And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing any. Sounds like she's really out.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hand.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you!
Her smile stretches into an...
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero. I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would never hide something sharp somewhere secret. Wait, that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me, only they have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp and...
I assure you, there's nothing hidden.
I'm inclined to believe her on that one. She seems serious. Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere. We know for a fact she... I have absolutely zero... just because she's acting like she's going to stab you, but you know who is up? But all the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you...
Oh, you don't. Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a...
How many more times does she have to We're clearly still figuring out our... Oh, I'm sorry, you're acting. My entire... And maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No. Fine. And we'll continue...
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. Silly little bird-face thinks he's so serious coming down here but doesn't know anything. Thinks he could tell me to get rid of all the knives I don't even have while he gets to wave one around. I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
I think I've said I think we all have. But if you want to...
What? No! And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to... not stabbing distance to help me. Okay, I'm bored now.
That's absurd. She doesn't get to be bored. Shit. In a sudden burst of movement, the princess leaps towards you, a blade erupting from her free arm, her wrist limp and empty from the violent expulsion. Huh. So I guess she did have a knife of her own after all. How conciliatory of you. We appreciate it, really. Now what are we going to do? At least we're safe here. She's still in chains. And those chains stop her from continuing her advance. At least she looks down at them with something between annoyance and confusion. And then she slices through her arm. Okay, maybe we aren't safe here. She doesn't even hesitate before darting towards you with a terrifying speed you can't hope to out. Ah, shit. Okay, she's down an arm and we still have a weapon. I guess we'll have to use it. And use it you do. But unfortunately for you and for the entire world, you are horribly outmatched. You keep pace with her for a single brief and wordless exchange before she severs your hand and, with it, your only line. She's much better at this than she was last time. Yeah, it's unreal. Bloody cheater.
I'm going to kill you now.
With a squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you You're on a... No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this, You're... What? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? I feel... Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin. The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight. What's the point of fighting if she's just going to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces. Great, so obviously this is our... No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes. That can't be right, I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world. The only furniture of note is a bent... We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. This feels right. That's right, we've got... And what if... So? I'd love to get started just as you walk through the door, but there isn't a door. There isn't a mirror. You only messed things up, didn't you? I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess. Oh. You reach forward and place your hand on... And the mirror's gone. It was never there. Guess it's time for us. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, and unintentional. Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not... But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Fun for her, maybe.
Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters is survival. Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least the past isn't real. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's... No, that's a terrible...
We're dead.
Screw it, we've already... Third? Who cares? Fine. You raise your blade above your head.
Oh, this is new. What are you going to do? Are you really going to stab yourself? Neat.
And then you skewer yourself. Ow. Are we still here? Can we not actually off ourselves? Boo. Huh. That didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Oh, a new one. I thought that only happens when we die. Nah. We'd know if we died. You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now, this is all horribly wrong. This is... No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't...
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk. Okay. Whatever we do gets us another... us. Let's see how... As long as we keep...
Oh, great. So it's going to get even more...
Who cares about getting better than her? Let's do something weird.
Come on, show me something new.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman. She skewers you.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
We just have to hit her hard.
She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Just panic. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape.
Do you see that? That was luck. We only have to get lucky once.
She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. He skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
It doesn't matter how. Okay, let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers. See? Okay, yeah. That was a good. None of this is skewers. We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? You're right. One last time, and then everything goes dark, and you die. You're on it. Don't lose your head. We're in a camp. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. Ho-ho! Over my... That won't be very hard. Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman? I'm sure I can think of a better way to die. They're all... How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only... Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you gonna say what she does? Oh, well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really?
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Yes! Behold, the perfect woman. Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Narrator,
What just happened? It's so...
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once. You're incredible.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. Vague recollections, empty tunnels without a mouth. I am sorry if I frightened you. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. I am solitary light. Thoughts without connections. I think that you are. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. You are the only thing. The space we're in. I have only just now stirred to come. I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. I promise. I know only. She is part. You speak in circles. How can the world have ended if we are talking? Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us. There is no exit. But this vessel is a creature of perception. Bring me more perspectives. So I have not lived. Everything. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. Then we will be here. You ask of things that cannot be done. How can I know? If you need time. You are as I am now, and I am not you. But what textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here. That's the spirit. You make your way. We're not going to ignore. The interior of the blade is your her voice.
Who's there?
She's done it. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk, she's focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill?
You step forward.
Oh? I'm probably chained up. So,
She's unarmed. You lunge forward without. You feel flesh.
this is it. Do you actually?
It's like yes, but it's over. Is it over? Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your. Why do I feel? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. But that day isn't. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. I'm so glad you're keeping an open. This is what's best for everyone. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's... Hey. Are we really happy? Really? Well, more happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself. The little voices please. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here, though you're probably not going to like it. The blade. I can hear everything you say, little voice. He's right. Do you hear that? It wants to take. Do you not? Don't you? How astute. You are absolutely. In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know that little voice didn't want. If we die, I made this happy little place. Fine, whatever. For the first time since time stopped, the princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself. The end. Nice. You're on a path in the woods. You're here to... A warning. She will lie. She won't be a problem. The interior of the cabin is cold. It feels like... You walk... What are you talking about? This is... You reach forward and rub, but there was... And now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly it's not even important. The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden... The room, but nobody's here. As much as I appreciate... I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. Okay. It's just like... Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your... So she has a body, and she's right there. We could probably grab her and kill her again, if we wanted to. We don't even need a blade.
I see you don't have that annoyance. So, does that mean you regret what you've done? Because I might be interested in seeing a little begging. And what? You just believed that? You killed me without giving it any thought? That's cold.
That's rich coming from her. She's right, though, but that's neither here nor there. What's done is done. What we do from...
I don't know. I just wanted to leave. I still just want to leave. The only thing I've ever wanted was to leave this place. It's still the only thing I want.
It does. We're not asking you.
I really don't know. The world doesn't matter. All I remember is that I'm supposed to be, but what does it mean for anything to them? I'm not... I don't know. Maybe I'll just fade away. Finally able to maybe. It's a tough question.
The princess leans in,
Especially when someone is dead.
She pulls back with a playful...
I don't think most living people could answer that, either. Does anyone actually know who they are or what they want? Too little, too late.
She's not in a position to bargain. We don't have to do anything, but maybe we should. We did kill her. Wouldn't it be the moral thing to help her now that we have another chance? When a hero slays a monster, no. So don't try to make things right. She was going to end the world. You didn't do anything wrong, aside from apparently killing yourself, and that doesn't have much to do with her. Are we putting this to a vote? Because personally, I'd prefer if we didn't. If that's what it comes down to, that's what it comes.
Oh, that's sweet of you to offer.
It would seem that everyone here is in agreement except for you. Where is...
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. Wherever I'm supposed to.
How convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right? She's suggesting that the only way you can rid yourself of her... Okay. I didn't want to be... Oh. What tipped you off? Was it the corpse? Doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that nobody tricked you. I've done nothing. How do you know? Because any other me you've met is still me. And clearly you decided to heed most of the warnings. But we did? Yes, fine, you did slay her. But the fact that you apparently botched the landing isn't on the me you're talking to. You're using a lot of words.
The enemy of my enemy.
The princess circles you again, her icy fingertips trailing up your spine.
I don't want enemies. I don't want to fight. Is that...
And just where is...
I don't know where home is. Wherever I'm supposed to...
How specific. And how convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right?
You don't look dead.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm.
And you don't feel dead.
She lets go and pulls away.
I'm less interested in why you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I just want to go home, but you can come and go. After all, you own me.
Absolutely. She is. And I hope I don't need to explain. Would she be able to see? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to... You won't like... The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dart...
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you?
What are you doing?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then... she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way. You collapse to the
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels...
Your eyes flick back open as you get...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't. Or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass.
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
I'm a voice? I'm me is what I am. Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
You don't have to fight.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices. I'm clearly the same thing.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen?
No, I'm not talking about you. You don't need to know what I am. You just need...
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself... Obviously, she...
Because I'm in here with all...
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late.
It's okay. We're almost out of...
Everything won't... One way or another, this is all...
Wouldn't that be nice?
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form, and...
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the...
But that's exactly...
You don't know...
I do. Wait. If she has a home to go back to, doesn't that... It doesn't mean that at all. Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end? Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door. For how much you hate her.
Maybe the bossy one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or...
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you, and I will continue to hate you. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And why? This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen. You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here, I won't even care that you murdered me anymore.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? You collapsed to the ground, you and the princess, free. Yeah?
Nothing. He's gone. And
So we did slay him after all. But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world? We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or...
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. But...
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
She's gone. And there's that... But it feels so bad. Like, you don't need... Okay, whatever.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. Whenever you are ready, there is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will. The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate. The wound I would be. I'm sorry. The vessel. I will long. We will meet again.
You're here. That's the... Good. You're still listening to reason.
That is.
The blade tumbled. Princess hesitates. She doesn't know. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching.
I don't think I can answer that question. At the end of the day, whatever the two, whoever sent you to.
You charge the princess, blade trembling. She casually sighed. We shouldn't have hesitated. But she doesn't stop there, because you shouldn't have let that.
Is this.
She applies more. This is the air. I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark. And you're on a path. You're here. Again? If he doesn't remember what happened, you know I can hear you, right? What does it matter? She is... A warning. She will lie. We might as well just... Can we... I'm not. You're being... Just... Rest. So... If that's what you... The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose. The blade... What do we don't... You take the... You walk up to the wall next... What are you talking... You reach forward. We should count ourselves lucky. Some things are better left unseen. The door to the... It's still a stone basement. Her boom...
Is that a guest I...
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. We need to get down there. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? It doesn't matter what that little voice says. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time the princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and the chain is nothing to her. It might as well be...
The little bird has returned. You brought that knife again.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp, but we didn't drop it. We decide I have a duty to report fact. Of course we dropped it. Oh, I understand what's going on.
Kneel.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with heart.
That's my good little... The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It is pulled. I could feel its fun. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. It's time for me to seize my...
Well, that gives it. It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you are the only one who can deal with her. And if you... Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop? Okay. First things first, you're going to have to stuff those. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. If you're going to save the.
All you have to do?
Don't be rude. It's not rude. That's exactly.
I can. Easily. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, and from your act of utter devotion and submission. Submit now, submit later. It makes no. Know the limits. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. Your will was so all you need to do now is break my.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's no. You can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't.
There's still something in the way. A greasy Is that a person?
That's impossible. She's not.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just.
I don't care what you are. You're mine. Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Break my.
And how are we supposed to do that? All we have is a. All you need to do is believe it's been done. Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
She's gone. And there's that. What is that supposed to mean? This is what we.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not. It changes me, but it doesn't make. It says that your heart is gentle. This one is dominance. A figure capable of bending everything to her will. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths. Perhaps this will. We will know. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
You're on a path. You're here. That's the spirit. You make your way up. We're not going to ignore. The interior of the blade. You take the door.
Who's there?
She said, "Don't let."
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me. That isn't...
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hand.
Do you? So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't...
She hesitates.
You?
Note.
Oh, have
You know. Doubt, unfortunately, clouds a moment of distraction and hesitate. It feels like you've been... Holy sh... Though she's unarmed. Your blade... We can still... Are you serious? It's a good idea. We've taken some bad hits, but we've dealt some too. She has to be feeling it more than we are. Let's regroup. Fine. You make a mad dash to the basement stairs, the princess's chains rattling as she tries to chase you.
Do you really think...
She steps towards you. Ignore. They creak and strain as she pulls against them until she's free. You push your broken body as she closes in and just barely manage to pass the threshold of the basement doorway before you close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things... You settle in against the... It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come.
I know you're still there. It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways.
She sounds terrified as she violently rattles the door.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. You don't know the kind of enemy you've...
It doesn't sound... No.
I wouldn't be so sure about outlasting me. You're so... brittle. So go ahead, rest, do whatever you think will help you be prepared. But know that I'm coming for you, and that when I find you, I will make you hurt.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The rock... Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess... It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful...
Your lungs stop drawing in breath.
I'd say better luck next time. But
It can't be. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the... You're here to... A warning. She will lie, I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust any. The interior of the cabin is plain. The smooth wood, the blade is... Hold. It's just an... She's already got an out, hasn't she? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has so deep. You reach down. Good. Is it the blade? Those... You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of her cruel and...
I didn't think you'd come back.
Come back? You really don't remember, do you? It doesn't matter, we need a game plan. We know we can't just go down there. It can't be that hard, but then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If an... It'll... Finally, a voice of, you know why I'm being a pessimist.
I'm just asking questions.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the base. She could be... Are you really not gonna... No, I'm going to... Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things...
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you.
You turn to the left, faintly...
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it.
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be... What did you do?
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before...
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. Heart, lungs, liver, nerve. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your... What are you doing? I'm working. And then experience stops once more as your body... Okay, whatever you were doing. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? You have... Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again, your eyes...
Can't decide what you want to do. Oh well. Standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead.
She isn't attacking. The why doesn't matter. Your weapon is still in your hand. Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, 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 liver, nerves, heart. What? No!
I knew you'd come around.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body...
Do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is.
Shh. Lungs. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back.
Go ahead.
Trust having... You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the... Besides...
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
What? Are you scared of turning your back to me? Besides, what if I lost track of you and dropped the stairs on accident?
Lungs. She urges you forward.
Nerves,
You place a shaky foot on the... You can feel the static prickling of the princess.
lungs,
You're almost there.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. I know he's messing with us, but you guess I remember. Of course I remember. Heart, thank you. And you? Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more important. And
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
your will concentrates into a single fire. She doesn't even... We did it.
You actually went for it.
Liver,
We've already seen. In her final moments, the princess lunges forward, tackling as the two of you fall. You rip your blade.
Have fun falling forever. Oh shit.
She tears herself away from you. You are alone, and you are falling. Live forever. Oh, I can't. Are we really gonna fall forever? Can't, but she was the one who controlled this. It means you're falling. You continue. Forever's gonna. No, it won't. I feel. Doesn't mean me. We still have. You suggest that's a terrible. Because you're right, but if we. I just. Why? What do you mean? Exactly. I don't like this. You raise the. Here we go. You're on a path. Shit. This really doesn't end, does it? We've tried doing it our way, and we. Are you suggesting why shouldn't we? Okay, then let me see. This place. That's her. Well then, if the world's rushing to an end, that's all the more reason for us to rush over to the cabin and make ourselves suspicious. If I had to make a wait, what is that? I haven't met you, but you've. So, yes, all the more reason to side with her, really. It takes a bullshit artist to recognize a bullshit artist, and I'm one of. They've clearly all been through some harrowing experience. Then she finds a way. So it sounds to me like she's getting out no matter what we do. No, it's. Why? Because it's cowardly, for starters. The only solution worth considering is slaying. You're making those little voices have already drawn attention. Know that there is. Do you see? Everyone is. You continue down the path toward. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, of course we do. I don't like any of our options here. It feels maybe. Whatever. There's obviously no point in trying. I wouldn't trust that. Take it out. The interior of the cabin is long and dark, a single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward. Fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... what's strange? The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What do you mean there isn't a mirror? Let's be mindful of our position, boys. Without the knife, we lose part of our bargaining power. We should fold and beg for mercy as soon as we see her. I'm sure we have too much self-respect to do something so worm-like. Yeah, but she's... And look at the bright side. At least everybody knows exactly where worms stand in the pecking order. At the bottom. Which is the most important part if you think about it, because it gives everybody else something to stand on. The bedrock, if you will. She'll understand the fact. If you're asking what's at the... Are you saying that? No, I didn't say. It's just like... Let me assure... Oh... You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. You're fraying... Oh, do we? Do we? Who says being watched is a bad thing? You stop. I hate that I know... You reach your arm...
Helplessly staring into the void.
Shit. Where you feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one of your bones. Icy pain radiates up from the break. A deep... You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vice, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long...
You killed me last time. And that was after you tried to lock me away forever. I was so close to freedom. But then you took my body away from me. So now, I'm going to take yours. And I'm going to walk it out of you. And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless. Just like...
Great, we're all on the same page then. The important part now is that we let her know that we're completely on board with... Oh wait, she clearly hates us. I'm not sure... Oh, don't have second thoughts. Ignore him.
Oh, you mean like... Oh, we're past the point.
Ooh, that's That's a good.
It was all about perspective. After all, enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit-chat once this place is far behind.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touched. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top and crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon. So I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too. Look, she's mad at us. I get it. But it's nothing we can't clear up after she possesses our body. Don't worry. I'm what you might call a smooth talker. I'll iron things out. Oh, will you now? With her line, good luck with that. Okay, deep breath. Is it? Yeah, I'm right. This is fine. It's better than luck. Your vision fades. You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the... It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it. The two of you are being incredibly rude. Hi, hello, welcome. I live here, along with him, and... Well, I've never been clear on whether or not he lives here. I don't think this is helping. Yes, that is right. It is helping you. It's too late for anything to help you. I just want to tell you how great a job you're doing. You're a real go-getter, really seizing destiny by the throat and making it yours. It's the kind of gumption a guy can really admire. You stabbed me in the back. That was then. This is now. I'm a big fan of winners, and you're the biggest winner around. Do you think if you're nice to me now that I will forget what you've done to me? I've already taken the only thing I need. I'll have you know that as soon as we wound up back in the woods on this go-around, I suggested that we free you. I'm on your side. You're on my side so you can stab me in the back again. But that is never going to happen. At the end of the day, I just want a job. I figure if he's right and you're going to end the world, there's got to be something else coming after all that. And I want to make sure I have a place helping you run it. I think you should... Look, all I'm saying is that whatever comes after is going to be a hefty management task. You don't want to do all that alone. And we are the only people you know. Possibly the only people left alive once you've done whatever it is you're going to do. So you'll have to hire us. We're going to die. No, we're going to do something worse than dying. She's going to torture us out of existence. All I'm doing is reading what you've sown. We don't have to let her out. I've been storing up a little bit of will since she forced her way in here. Take it and throw us all into the basement. It's better than giving her... Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an It's not that bad. The pain. In a single moment of capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and then nothing. Now this is just embarrassing. I would have made sure all... It's now or never. No, you throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Her thought. I thought we already... Yes, but now we're for... I don't think this happens now. But I want to know what he... Why? What do you know? You laugh. Go on, idiot. She's gone. And there's that... It's called...
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long One, whatever you bring me next will be enough. No, their minds are. I am on the cusp of. It doesn't matter if there are. The next I will be here.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here. That's the spirit. You make your... We're not ignore. The interior blade is your... The door per voice...
Hello?
is don't... How many times do I have to tell...
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here for... Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. I am begging you to...
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these
Don't do it. You're only making this...
Thank you.
You're making a... No. You walk up to the chain. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's some doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains.
Maybe there's some way to break the chain? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we...
She offers the suggestion. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant. You attempted to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the... Is someone else... You try the door. Your shouts, and you're here to slay the... You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for everyone. Look at the mess.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the...
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of...
She barely hesitates before raising her arm as she rips her flesh from her bone. A sound. It's the blade from upstairs. Or we could... You won't like... Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm. Just you cut. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack. Her limb falls to the... She didn't so much as a... No. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours. How is she still smiling after...
Thank you.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. As the princess approaches... Wait, this is... Watch me. Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it?
Your body lunges forward, but the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before... Stop it! Stop! The blade! Move, as your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes...
I'm sorry.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing...
Oh no!
Stay strong. For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use it. Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it?
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down. It can't just end like this. Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much everything goes dark. You're on a path. You're here. My trick. If he doesn't remember what happened.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
Oh, yes, you'll have to be very...
So all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be...
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the... What can I say? She will lie. I think we've already...
I do, but I ought...
Sure, yeah. Don't pay their bill. The interior... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell, but it's still a stone base. A soft...
Hello?
Her voice. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love!
You know she can't...
She may not be able to hear my...
Oh, your spirit's plenty.
It's you. My...
Do you hear that?
And she called it... Flattery really goes along, waiting for you to come back.
That's right, villain. Well, only because he made us try and kill her. It was self...
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped... Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. And you can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail.
Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given a...
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end. And now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic...
Are you listening to him? He's...
I'm okay with whatever you come up with.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists.
What? No, she's... Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shack?
She didn't care last time.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior.
I don't know. Was I supposed...
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes.
Are you listening to her?
Then I didn't...
See? She didn't If another version of me was pushed to such...
That's okay. You...
She took that in stats because... Do you think she has someone like him telling her she doesn't?
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like...
No. I can't...
You're what? Take her...
I would if you...
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain tight.
You.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. I can't believe...
I told you. There's no...
I'm free. And you're not trying to kill me this time.
The princess jumps up. If only you had a weapon. One slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back. And luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the...
What do we do?
Let me guess.
Spoken with the rank cynicism...
I don't actually...
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. You're so gullible.
I think I want to...
The princess closes and then she shrugs.
I don't know. Sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand. And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
That's a familiar. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you...
Oh no! Did someone...
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the...
Okay, yeah, let's.
Like a pair of teenagers in love. And the lock clicks. And
I told you our love was
you and the princess make your way upstairs. Blade, that's right, there's still a chance. You take the blade from the...
Wait.
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and strike. Your blade...
I'm sorry.
No, my love, you did not.
I'm going to die.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room and then you step outside.
A happy ending at...
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did...
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't...
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
She's gone. And is that...
This year...
I think you know. The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. Then ask them, and make it quick. I won't lie. We've already crossed the point of no... No, I'm not a... From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well... All the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that is... construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done, and it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart. You're waking up to your... Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts when the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset. Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realization. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the... For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entire... Except for me. I do. The people out there are real. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her. But I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay. She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into it. Seems that every me you... Are you lying? I can't. I'm just an echo.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound. Ever the passive player, always reacting, and when the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death? Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notion. Of course I have a say in all of this. If we didn't, the winding... If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Your left ray drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
Oh, is it not?
Agency requires action. Action requires
explain to your notion that pain is suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict. You are nothing, a black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark. When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation. Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is... We are the whole of reality.
Shivers as his thorns unseen fingers dance across your skin. I offer you absolution. You take what you felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was used to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption. Nothing left for you to sacrifice.
Boundless torrent of blades catch you for boundless angles. You were a body. You were go on it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, and alive, dead, alive, dead, all at once.
You learned to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me. And even then, what we saw was not an ending. When I thought I had reached an unconquerable peak, you showed me how much further I could still climb. Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together. What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone. All of them? It's good to be. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get there. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there.
It's time to resume.
She's relentless, isn't she? And let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started. Do you... Yeah. The interior of the cabin is... well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground. Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it... It's just us. Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell. That's probably the stairs.
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going?
It sounded just like that. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before? No. I feel like I'm myself again. Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything. Make me send us back to the beginning before.
Can she really do that?
Yeah, I think it's too late for that. But maybe next time. Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them. That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care. But it seems important to you.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. She takes the blade from...
Oh, I love you too.
You're on a path, you're here.
You and me both. Whatever world you want to build with, despite our differences, I've always...
She's... Is that a metaphor, or...? It's quiet. He's gone. She's gone. It's finally over.
I knew we'd finally...
Really? We're the house. This is nice. No more hunting.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us?
The whispering, and the coercion, and the bickering.
That wasn't very speak for you.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking.
I hope this was all lucky for us. You...
Time mends a lot of...
Here, here.
It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves.
Yeah, we can do that.
I know. And I've been... Violence has always been our language, hasn't it? Your lover tried to stake into your body, but the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. The next... The eye for purple. also your quietude. Nothing brings me